Yeah, so I am back, and I guess I can fill you in on what's been going on. So, at the beginning of the big pandemic, um, oh, that's okay, just here to. Cool, awesome, I'm happy that you're here, thanks. So, at the beginning of the whole friggin' pandemic, some of you already know, I started volunteering for the National Organization for Rare Disorders, which is an awesome nonprofit that the Zoom. I'm gonna have too much fun with that. And I've got like a hotkey on my keyboard too, so I feel fancy as all get out. But yeah, anyway, started volunteering for Nord, and that was a lot of fun. I technically still am, but I'm resigning at the end of this month. I decided not to renew my volunteer contract with them, but I'll get into that here in a little bit. But so I was serving as the state ambassador for Indiana, which is the state in which I reside. And basically, what my job was as a volunteer was to organize advocacy events at the grassroots level to raise awareness for rare disease issues and legislation and all that fun stuff. And I got to speak with senators. I actually originally signed on as what's known as the community engagement liaison, so I was just going to be in charge of their social media and connecting with the actual rare disease public and helping connect folks that need help with the resources they need. And that's what I got into it to do. And there was somebody else serving as the state ambassador at the time, and he unfortunately had some health issues. This guy was awesome. I miss him. He was fantastic, but he did have to resign due to his own health issues, and nobody else was volunteering in our state. So the folks at Nord asked me if I could take on that role in the meantime while they, found somebody to replace the guy that had left, and I agreed to keep the seat warm for him. Unfortunately, they started making some changes to the program around that time and decided not to take on any new volunteers, so I was kind of stuck with that responsibility, and it was a little bit more work than I can handle. The state ambassador role is obviously a lot more complicated than the community engagement liaison role, so I was, in over my head a little bit, but excuse me. I was happy to continue in that role and help out for as long as I possibly could. Um, and it was a lot of fun, but again, a lot of hard work, and I was pretty much exhausting myself. I was spending way too many spoons on projects that were coming up. I really enjoyed them though. I was lucky enough to come on as a guest lecturer at Purdue, actually, speaking in a class that they had on orphan drugs, talking about the Orphan Drug Act and how NORD formed that piece of legislation and then became an organization and what they do to help folks that have rare diseases. And that was a lot of fun. I made a whole video presentation pre-recorded just in case I got sick and wouldn't be able to produce it, give the presentation live. Luckily, I was able to give it live anyway, and that was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it's a lot of work. And with my really complicated and unpredictable health issues, it wasn't working out well for me. I was becoming sick more often. I didn't have as much energy day to day. So I decided that when time came to renew my volunteer contract, which would be after Rare Disease Day, like at the end of this month, beginning of March, that I would just resign from my position and go back to putting my health first and enjoying my own hobbies and just enjoying life on top of that. And I mean, it still works out because my hobbies tend to be advocacy work in general, so I'm still going to continue to do advocacy work and raise awareness, and I've got a lot of plans to do that here on this channel, and some charity streams and all that fun stuff. I'll be doing some collaboration with the Invisible Disabilities Association, as well as other groups, and I've signed up for Extra Life as well, so I'll be raising money for Riley Children's Hospital for Extra Life events. So Riley Children's Hospital, just to explain, is very near and dear to my heart because that is where I went when I was a child and got my original rare disease diagnosis, and they helped me so much. So I really want to give back to them. I'm really passionate about that, and I'm looking forward to being able to do those streams. So that's what's been going on for the last year. But yeah, the whole Nord situation is the reason why I haven't been really active on Twitch. I just haven't had much energy. So as much as I loved volunteering for them, I am happy to resign. When I did tell the team over at Nord that I had to step down and put my health first, they were so understanding. It was just really heartwarming. It was a bittersweet moment, but more sweet than bitter. Just the acceptance, and they actually praised me for putting my health first and, making that my priority, which is so important because in the society that we live in, if you're not working hard all the time, and doing what is expected of you, people tend to look down on you. There's like this stigma, right? Exactly, Courtney. Yes. So having that response from them was just really uplifting. And I know that I can do a lot of really good work on my own. So it's not like I'm just going to be sitting here languishing and not doing anything and just laying around and, bleh all the time. That's not me. I've got a lot of work to do. And I'm excited to tell you guys about these plans because I do have a lot planned. And I don't know if I've told you guys this or not on stream before, but for the last 2 years, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I've been hosting a peer support group for folks that have chronic illnesses and invisible disabilities in virtual reality on a platform called AltSpace. And that community has really blossomed and grown, and it's pretty big now. We've got over 100 people in our Discord. And we're fairly active in there. It's not a giant community by any means, but anytime that any of us have an issue that we need, support with, we can go into that Discord, and I'll put a link in the chat for you guys, actually, while I'm talking about it. But we can go in there and support one another, and it's really, that's my main gig right now, is supporting that community. So that's been one of my personal projects that I've been doing, like, kind of on the side over the last couple of years, and I'm going to be increasing, how much effort and energy I put into that now that I've got some more energy from stepping down from my Nord position. Now, I'm going to be careful not to, jump the gun and just put out as much energy as I was putting into Nord when I was volunteering for them, because obviously I overdid it by doing that. So I'll be pacing myself. However, I will be doing a bit more with that community. I'm planning on setting up a second support group, which I'm working on doing actually on a platform called Help Club, which I'll drop a link to that for you guys as well. They're excellent. So Help Club is a platform. I'm not affiliated with them, so I'm not speaking for them. But they're a platform that offers peer support groups within virtual reality, but you can also join them on your computer or through an iOS device. Their iOS client is excellent. Also, their Steam client is very good. And they've got actual CBT-based peer support group things. So, yeah, Mr. GLaDOS, I'm sorry. Yeah, we do not allow minors in my group or the Help Club group. You have to be 18 or older to be in both. There are some real reasons for that, mostly legal. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't allow minors. Nobody in there is qualified to deal with issues related to minors. Yeah, so I'm sorry, but you can't join. Please be 18. You can always hang out with me on my Discord. Shoot, you can, if you ever need to vent, go to my Discord, hang out there. That's a good place to do it. But yeah, the support group itself is intended only for adults. Mostly for legal issues, but also because we do discuss some things that are more mature that just aren't appropriate for minors. Yeah, Help Club. So I spoke with the CEO of Help Club today, and he's going to be coming on my podcast. Oh, speaking of which, have I mentioned I have a podcast now? Basically, it's called Spoonie VR. Spoonie VR Podcast. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes. It's up on my YouTube channel. Basically, I'm raising awareness for the importance of accessibility in VR for folks who are disabled or have any sort of unique limitations that may impact their ability to enjoy virtual reality. And I just think VR is a great tool for folks who are homebound for whatever reason, because obviously these support groups that are available there are excellent, and you can join them, from the comfort of your own home, which is great for folks that have social anxiety. But also because of the physical therapy aspect of it as well, because a lot of VR experiences, you can get exercise in them. There are some specifically for exercise, like Supernatural, that are just great, that are choreographed by people that know, the way that your muscles move and how to get the best workout possible, to the tune of excellent music too. And even if you're just playing Beat Saber, that's, getting any kind of movement is really great. But there are also games like Real VR Fishing, which I am a huge proponent of. I love that game. I will sing its praises every single damn day, and I will be playing that on stream again at some point. But they've got excellent accessibility features, like the ability to play one-handed. You can adjust the player height, so if you're in a wheelchair, you can, put yourself at whatever level is best for where you're sitting at. But the social aspect of that one is great too, because it does have a really robust multiplayer option where you can just jump into a room and hang out with either your friends by setting a password and telling them which room to go to, or jump into a random room with strangers, and I've met some great friends doing that. So that social connection is really, really important for folks who are stuck at home a lot for, whatever reason. And I've been doing a lot of advocacy work raising awareness for that. I even made a website. So that's my website, and if you go there, you can see information about the support group. We've got a VR accessibility chart, which allows you to see which VR games have what accessibility features so that you know what you can play before you buy it. Unfortunately, a lot of VR experiences don't have very many accessibility options, and folks that may have limitations when they buy the game don't realize that they don't have the accessibility features, and they wind up having to return it. And it's just really disappointing as hell when you want to play something and then you buy it and download it and then you find out you can't play it because you only have one hand and it requires two. Yeah, so the Spoony VR website is intended to be a resource for folks that need that information, and also inspire game developers and people that are making these VR experiences to make their games and experiences accessible from the get-go, so that folks can have access to these really great features that everybody should be able to enjoy. So that's something that I've been advocating for a lot on the side, something I'm obviously very passionate about, and that's why I started the podcast. And yeah, my next guest is going to be the CEO of Help Club. His name is Noah, and he is excellent. But he's going to come here on this channel. We're actually going to do the interview live. So that was really cool. I gave him the option to either have it pre-recorded or we could do it live, and then I can edit the recording of the live stream and turn that into the podcast. So those are my little side projects that I've been working on. I'm planning on doing, I haven't had like a complete set schedule just yet, but I do want to schedule streams for a few different times throughout the week. I'm going to be doing just chatting and checking in the stream, kind of like this one, where I'm going to encourage people to come in and hang out. And if you are part of the Spoony community and you want to, air your grievances and vent a little bit, that's what this time would be for. We'll support each other, talk about how much bull it is that we have to count our spoons, and all that fun stuff. You really need to find a good balance, and it does feel good when you complete a lot, but it's not really yeah, no, I agree. You are totally right. Accepting that you have limits is hard enough. Allowing yourself to respect them can be frustrating. So trying to find that balance and, respecting my own limits is it's a challenge, right? I want to have the regular streams where I'm playing video games, I'm chatting with the community. Jackbox Games are coming back. I haven't picked a day yet, but I hope you guys are excited for that. I know I am. I'm ready to get back to playing some Jackbox. I'll probably do those. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking like for maybe either Saturday night or Friday afternoons. I don't know yet. But that's coming. I would love to do it once a week, but it'll probably be once every 2 weeks or once a month. We'll see. We'll see how I'm doing. I will, of course, have to adjust my schedule based on how it's impacting my body and, how it's affecting my health overall. I know my body well. I can listen to it when it's having an issue. It tells me, boy, it tells me. So as long as I pay attention to that and respect that, I'll be able to find that balance. I would like to start a talk show here on the stream where I invite folks from the Spoony community to join me to talk candidly about things that we experience. Not necessarily like on the topic of chronic illness, but things that are topical, like in the news, current events. I don't want to get into anything controversial, so we're not going to touch on that. But like things that everybody, healthy or not, is experiencing in their life. And then we'll talk about it from the perspective of somebody that has a chronic illness or a disability or is neurodivergent and how those things impact us, so that we can convey to the general public what it's like to live with these conditions and break that stigma and, make it easier to talk about overall, because that is important to me. But I wanted to incorporate like the Spoony thing, but also the spell slots concept of, managing your energy through the concept of spell slots in D&D, where spellcasters in D&D have a limited number of spells they can cast based on the number of spell slots that they have. A lot of folks within the chronic illness community refer to the amount of energy they have each day as, their spell slots. And I wanted to incorporate that in the title as well. So I came up randomly last night, in the middle of the night, like at 12 a.m. I had been sleeping for like an hour, and I woke up and I'm like, spoonful of spell slots. So we'll do that. So I'm gonna call it Spoonful of Spell Slots, and that will be our hour or so of the conversation with folks within the chronic illness community. So if anybody wants to come on and chat with me, I've already talked to River about doing that. She might be coming on. We can chit chat about you know, her situation, and she can share as much as she feels like sharing about that. And we can just have a great conversation about things that we experience in the context of current events. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, I'm going to be playing Magic the Gathering Arena a lot. Ooh, actually, let me launch that in the background here really quick because I have something to show you guys. I have a special camera frame that I made just for Magic the Gathering Arena that integrates my camera into the scene itself, and it just looks so smooth and great. But it fits, like, right over where the thing is. Like, if I take this away, you can see this is what Arena normally looks like. Dova card. Yes! She's not here right now, but whenever she comes on Cat Cam, we'll be able to put her there. But yeah, it goes away. See, you can see this is what it normally looks like. And then here I am, and be a part of the scene. It doesn't cover up anything super important, so that's a lot of fun. Here's my setup currently. So over on the left is my drawing tablet, so I will be doing some art streams again. I am all set to do that. I just haven't gotten started on any projects. I'll probably work on some graphics for the Spoonful of Spell Slots thing. I've got an idea for a graphic that I want to do for that, so I'll be working on that on stream, plus some emotes for the Cute Avalanche channel, which, by the way, you definitely should give them a follow. They've got some new foster kittens that you should check out. They're all named after the Princess Bride characters, and they're adorable. And they're starting to get more active. They're bottle babies. They don't have a mom. So Amanda, one of the fosters over there, is bottle feeding them and being amazing in general, just because that's the way she is. And you guys should go follow them, and I'll be doing some emotes for them and stuff here soon too as well. But I do need to do some artwork for myself. It's been too long since I've done art for myself, damn it, and I want to do some art for me. So we're gonna work on the graphic for the Spoonful of Spell Slots thing. And that's what I'll be doing on that graphics tablet. And then in the middle, of course, I've actually got Cute Avalanche up in this picture. That's funny. Yeah, middle screen is what I'm looking at right now. That's got my streaming software up. And then, of course, on the far right is my Twitch chat. So I can see it real easy because my eyes are very bad. So I need the big chat box up on the side there so that I can actually read what you guys are saying. If any of you are over on the Stream Raiders page right now, you know, playing along and listening to the stream, lurking or whatever, I do want to let you know I could use your help on Rare Disease Day, February 28th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing another planned live stream, and I'll be playing Stream Raiders the whole time. I'll be raising awareness for Rare Disease Day, and I'm not going to have a donation goal or anything up, but I will be encouraging folks to donate to nonprofits of their choice if you're able to. I'm broke. I can't donate, so I understand if you can't too. But what I can do is help raise awareness of the struggles faced by folks living with rare diseases. So I'll be reading patient stories off of the official Rare Disease website, playing the official Rare Disease Day videos, playing some other videos from groups like NORD and individual patient advocates, and sharing my own story as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. I love doing that every year. I think this is my 4th year doing that. Last year I did it on YouTube. This year we're going back to Twitch so that we can play Stream Raiders while we do it. And that's why I need your help, because we need an army, because we're going to take on the end boss. So please join us for that. I would really appreciate the help. Oh yeah! I'm actually going to be making a guest appearance on Cute Avalanche on March 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be drawing people's cats poorly on purpose. I mean, I gotta be careful saying drawing them poorly because my UK friends will think that I mean sick cats. I don't mean sick cats. We're gonna draw healthy, happy, chonky cats very badly on purpose, for comedic purposes. So if you are interested in that, please come hang out on the Cute Avalanche channel, which we are about to raid. So if you want to give them a follow, you can join me there and hang out in the chat room there while I draw people's cats on streams. It's going to be a really fun collaboration project to raise awareness for their foster efforts. And you can donate money for me to make your sketch better after the stream is over. We'll talk more about that later, but for now, I'm going to send you guys on that raid. And again, thank you for hanging out. It's been really great being back, and you'll be seeing more of me. So thanks a lot.